Hey fellas, Snorkel MMA here, and welcome to my predictions for UFC 305, Dricus to Plessis versus Israel Adesanya. Okay, let's get the prediction for the main event, Israel Adesanya versus Dricus to Plessis.
This is my African brother right here. Let's go. What's up?
I'm African, but I ain't no brother of yours, son.
Trust me, he knows I put him on skates last time. And this time when I put you on skates, I'm gonna leave you frozen like Elsa.
Bro, do you think your dad beat the shit up of you? Your dad doesn't have shit on me.
Oh, you like that shit, bro? Yeah. Call me Rigo, bro. I'm taking over the editing predictions shit. I'm also going to be doing, I will do some, like, fucking alcohol picks where I do, like, a shot each pick or something, bro, and just get blackout drunk. Okay, so for my pick, I'm going to be going Adesanya, bro. I don't know. I don't get all the hate towards Izzy. I'm not an Izzy fanboy or an Izzy glazer, but I think he makes the UFC much more interesting when he's around. He's, like, always kind of exciting. He just brings hype, and, you know, he has good performances, like he has good knockouts. Like he had when he was doing his defenses, he had a boring streak of just fucking fighting pretty not that good guys and just keep them at range. But people forget, man. You know, Bobby Knuckles KO, the Gastelum fight, the fucking second Pereira fight, bro. He's had bangers, bro. He's very slept on, and he's actually coming in as the slight favorite, which I'm surprised. I would have thought it would have been near even, or maybe Dricus a little bit of a favorite, considering Izzy's lost like 2 out of his last 3. But yeah, I think it's gonna happen where Izzy will be keeping Dricus at range round 1. Just keep him at range. I think Dricus will maybe rock Izzy like against the fence. And then Izzy will like get a counter strike off against the fence, almost knock du Plessis up, but he'll get saved by the belt, like in the Robert Whittaker first fight, and Alex Pereira first fight, and the second fight. You know that he does that quite consistently. And I think Dricus will come out round 2, and he'll still be a bit wobbly, like he won't be fully recovered, and then Izzy will KO him round 2. Mark my words, man. Mark my words. Izzy KO, bro. I think Dricus might finish him, or he might actually decision Dricus. I don't see Dricus winning by decision. I think that if Dricus is going to be winning, he's going to overwhelm Izzy and either get him on the ground, he has all those submissions, Dricus, and he'll tap him out, or he'll knock him out with a power shot. I don't see Dricus winning by decision. I see a lot of people picking Dricus by decision. I don't get that. I think he only went to decision with Strickland because Strickland's defense is so crazy. I mean, also... Izzy's taken some time off. He's put on a bit of muscle, you know. He'll actually be hurting. Like, he'll actually have some fucking power. Because I do think Izzy was wearing himself thin with those constant fights. And he looks strong in jacket now. I think, yeah. I'm pretty confident in Izzy getting this shit. Okay, moving on to the co-main. Kai Kara-France versus Steve Erceg. So Steve Erceg's coming in as a minus 230 moderate favorite. I think that Kai Kara-France and Steve Erceg both arguably got robbed in their last fight. I thought Kai Kara-France beat Amir Albazi, and I thought Steve Erceg beat Pantoja. I'm going to go Steve Erceg by decision. I think that Steve Erceg's boxing and grappling is better, so the only thing that I see Kai has the advantage for is kickboxing. And what's he get? I feel like if he kicks him, eventually Steve Erceg will catch it. Steve Erceg isn't like a fucking bum that's just going to take leg kicks over and over, you know. Eventually he's going to catch and take him down, and I don't see Kai Kara-France winning him in boxing or grappling. So, yeah, I don't see how Kai Kara-France would win this unless he gets like a head kick KO or something, which never happens in flyweight. So, yeah, I think Steve Erceg decision. Okay, moving on to Mateusz Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. So Gamrot's coming in as the minus 260 moderate favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna go Gamrot by decision, bro. Dan Hooker's one of my favorite fighters. I'm a fan of Dan Hooker, but I just don't see how he wins this shit, bro. I don't think he's displayed any crazy anti-grappling. I mean, I guess he hasn't really gotten taken down, but I don't know. Just in the interviews leading up to it, he doesn't seem like he's taking it seriously enough. I feel like he should be saying, yeah, I am training, I'm going to Corey Sandhagen training camp, bro. I'm just pumping out fucking takedown defense. Like, if that's not his mentality going into it, I feel like he's going to get taken down and just controlled all 3 rounds. And I don't see Dan Hooker locking in enough to have clean enough takedown defense. Yeah, I don't see him cracking Gamrot. And I feel like the only way that strikers can stop wrestlers from just spam takedowns, which was what Gamrot does, is you have to be able to hurt them when they're on the feet. And when the fuck has Dan Hooker rocked anybody? Recently, I know he has rocked some people, but I think he kind of rocks them in a firefight. Like he doesn't have just like Powhatan power where he can just like left hook someone out of nowhere. Like I don't see him catching Gamrot with like an uppercut or a knee or something. Like, yeah, I just don't. I hope Dan Hooker wins. I have a fucking parlay that he will destroy if he wins. Like I would take it. I would take the minus $20 to see Hooker win. Maybe crazy. Like what if he gets like a fucking uppercut and just knocks him out like flat? I don't really like Gamrot that much. I don't dislike him. He seems like a cool guy, but yeah, his fighting style is fucking lame. But yeah, I really hope Hooker wins. I just don't see it. I think he's going to get taken down and controlled every round. Okay, moving on to Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. So Rozenstruik's coming in as the minus 185, slight favorite, deserved because Tai's on a fucking 4-fight losing streak. I'm going to go Tai by KO though. I think, this will be the 4th time in a row that I've put money on Tai winning by KO, and if he does not, the loss against Sergey Pavlovich, I said I am never betting on this guy again. Fuck him, this guy is dog shit. But come on, he had the grappling, bro. I mean, Rozenstruik's not going to grapple him, and surely he can knock out Rozenstruik. Because I feel like I was kind of not impressed by Rozenstruik's last performance against Shamil Gaziev. Wait, did I say Tai Tuivasa was versing Shamil Gaziev? No, he's versing Spivak. If I did, I'm not sure. Yeah, but when Rozenstruik fought Gaziev was like fucking completely gassed at the end of round 2, so he had 3 full rounds. I don't think he ever even rocked Gaziev. And Gaziev was just an absolute NPC punching bag, and Rozenstruik could not do shit. So I think Tai has power to catch him in round 1 or 2 and knock him out. I think it's going to be round 2 KO, because I think Rozenstruik is a good enough striker to evade. I don't think he's going to get staunched, but I feel like Tai will find it. If Tai loses this, it's over for him. Like, this is like the lowest you can go before you start going into fucking fighting blobs. And if Tai loses, cut him. Motherfucker costs me money every time. Okay, moving on to Jingliang, the Leech, Lee versus Carlos Prates. So Prates is coming in as the minus 230, moderate favorite. Prates is on a 9-fight win streak. 2 in the UFC, 1 in the Contender Series. Lee is 2-3 in his last 5 fights, coming off a spine injury that's had him out for over a year. He hasn't fought in 2 years, but he got the spine injury on his last cancelled fight. So I don't think he had the spine injury the whole 2 years. I think it's just been a year that he's been spine injury. So he probably hasn't been able to train for like 8 out of the... actually, kind of a year is kind of a short comeback for a spine injury, no? Like, he probably couldn't train for like 8 months at least, right? It's not a good sign. I'm going to go Prates KO round 2. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the spine injury is bad sign. He's kind of a bit old, and he wasn't really running consistently anyway. Yeah, so I think he'll survive round 2. I think that Prates will just be piecing up the whole fight, but I think it'll be getting ugly at the end of round 1, but he'll survive, and then I think round 2 he'll just get overwhelmed and KO'd. Okay, moving on to Junior Tafa versus Valter Walker. Near even odds, coin flip. They're both coming off a loss. Yeah, in Junior Tafa's last fight to... I didn't write down who it was. Who was his last fight to... DeLima? I think it was DeLima, where he just got leg kicked and he couldn't, and then he just got absolutely spam leg kicked. That was the only thing DeLima was doing, and he couldn't check it, couldn't get out of the way, couldn't stand switch, couldn't punish. It was a really poor showing, and he's supposed to be a striker as well. Valter Walker also looked fucking awful, bro. He versed, I can't remember who he fought. I know his face, I just can't remember his name. But I looked it up before. He's 1-4 in the UFC, and he absolutely fucking gapped, like showed levels to Valter Walker. So this is kind of like a fucking near even shitter. But I think Tafa round 1 KO, because I know Valter Walker looks like he has a big head and he could take damage, but I don't know, I just see it happening. I think Tafa will catch him round 1. Okay, moving on to Josh Culibao versus Ricardo Ramos. Culibao's coming in as the minus 170, slight favorite. They're both coming off 2 losses. But Culibao has fought much better competition. One of his losses was to Lerone Murphy. And, Lerone Murphy is fucking legit, bro. Although, is he? Lerone Murphy's kind of padded when you think about it. Like, he beat, how am I forgetting his name? I don't even know what to look up. Barboza, yeah. Edson Barboza, which, Edson Barboza looked off, so Lerone Murphy is kind of padded, but Ricardo Ramos seems kind of shit, and Josh Culibao seems kind of solid. I could see this going either way, but I think Josh Culibao is more tested and he looks more solid. Although I'm not really impressed every time I see him, but I just think, Josh Culibao by decision. Okay, moving on to Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos. So Santos is coming in as the minus 150 slight favorite, which is surprising to me because, spoiler alert, I'm going to go O'Neill by decision. But that's just because O'Neill has fought way better competition. Like, she's fought legit contenders. Like, I know she did loses every time, but, she doesn't get, wiped. And I feel like Santos has really just fought nobody. She's kind of had 3 easy fights in the UFC. So, O'Neill is on a 2-fight win streak, and Santos on a 5-fight win streak, 3 in the UFC. And, Casey O'Neill has a way better resume. And, I just feel it's kind of a coin flip pick. I mean, I love Luana Santos, she's freaking cute maxing, but usually the uglier chick wins. And I feel like O'Neill, right? Moving on to Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. So Jenkins is coming as the minus 550 heavy favorite. Burns coming off 3 losses, looks fucking shit in all of them. I think I can't remember the third loss, but I remember the last 2. He just looks like he can't find the sub and just gives up round 2 and just throws in the towel pretty much, just lets himself get finished. So Jenkins was on a 9-fight win streak, 2 being in the UFC, before his last fight, which ended in an arm injury. And it looked like it was kind of a freak injury to me. It didn't look like the other guy really made it happen. It just kind of just unlucky. Herbert Burns looks fucking trash, bro. Looks like a quitter. So I'm going to go Jack Jenkins KO. I had it round 2, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe round 1. No, round 2. I feel like Herbert Burns will quit round 2. He'll be getting pieced up. His takedowns will be getting denied. Or maybe he'll just get transitioned on the... I hope he just denies his takedowns, but yeah. Maybe Jack Jenkins will transition him and get a bit of ground and pound off, and then Herbert Burns will give up round 2 and get KO'd by ground and pound, I think. Okay, moving on to the last fight I'll be covering. There's 2 more fights, but they're kind of just So I'm just going to stop at this one. Tom Nolan versus Alex Reyes. So Nolan is the minus 1,100 huge... 1,100. I think he's paying $1.08 if you're Australian. So Alex Reyes has fought twice in 7 years, losing both fights by round 1 KO. And Tom Nolan's a round 1 KO specialist. So I feel like they're kind of just feeding Tom Nolan a win because he has a bit of backing behind him. Yeah, so Tom Nolan is a KO specialist with 5 of his 7 wins going by KO, 6 in the first round. So I feel like UFC is handpicking this for a Tom Nolan KO in round 1. They're just kind of serving him up. And I see it happening. I feel like because that Tom Nolan's second last fight was a bit of a train derailment, big train derailment. That's his nickname. But yeah, Alex Reyes looks really bad. Hasn't, barely fought. Yeah, I think Tom Nolan will... I don't think he even has to get in round 1. I feel like he could have a really good round 1 and 2 and maybe survive round 3, but I could see Tom Nolan getting knocked out and having a huge upset. I could see it happening. I could see him choking under the hometown and the pressure, but I think he'll get the round 1 KO, I'm pretty sure. Okay, guys, that's my predictions. Thanks for watching.